Kush's movie review.
This week's movie review is Brothers, a movie about brothers. Ah, yes, it's a tale as old as time. A man and woman bump uglies. He takes his erect penis and inserts it into her vagina, and then some back and forth happens, back and forth happens, and then he releases his ejaculate into her womb, and then the egg grabs hold of that sperm. It's like, I'm gonna take your DNA and I'm gonna create a human being. And then the woman holds on to that for like 9 months and then goes and plops out a male. And then they realize, this is fun. We should do this again. And then the man, maybe on his birthday or Christmas, is allowed to put his erect penis again into the vagina and go, oh dear, I think he. And then the womb's like, oh, hello again, and then grabs the sperm DNA, how happens again, and pops out another man. And the two men are now on this earth with the same parents, and they are brothers. Check it out now on Prime Video. There you go. That's brothers for you. How's the movie, Kush?
Well, it is better than the high school biology film reel you just described to us. However, as you mentioned, this is Brothers. It is rated R, and it is a solid 90 minutes. And as you again just mentioned, it is available on Amazon Prime if you have a subscription. Um, this is directed by a gentleman named Max Barbaco. Yeah, he he's done a couple of things before this, a lot of indie stuff neither of us have heard of. The one thing you might have heard of, Mike, and I'm not even sure about that, is during the pandemic, he was one of those unfortunate souls that had a movie released during the pandemic called Palm Springs, which was Andy Samberg doing Groundhog Day. I didn't
It
see
wasn't that
it.
bad.
Okay, oh, so you did see it. Okay,
I
yeah,
remember
but
that during the height of the THV outbreak, yeah, it wasn't
Mountain
a
Heads
bad movie.
virus. I didn't see it. I don't know if I had the access to see it, but I didn't hear a bad thing about it. I didn't hear much about it, but what I did hear, it was good. Uh, this is written by two gentlemen, one named Ethan Cohen, not to be confused with Ethan Cohen, of the Cohen brothers,
Although I'd never seen
the
them in the room at
Academy
the same
Award
time.
winning, yeah, and then McCone Blair, McCone Blair. He's more of an actor than he is a writer. He's been in a bunch of little stuff, in small characters, but whatever. Um, Great cast. We got Mr. Josh Brolin, Mr. Peter Dinklage. We got Brendan Fraser, Academy Award winning Brendan Fraser, Academy Award winning Glenn Close, and then Taylor Page, who we've talked about in Zola and the most recent Beverly Hills Cop 4. She's just a pregnant mom in this one, not to diminish her acting ability, but she don't have a lot in this, but she's there and she's good. Um, as we discussed at the top of this episode, this is a movie that is currently available for streaming on Amazon Prime. I don't believe it is anywhere in a movie theater at this moment. Had things gone better this way, we talked about a lot about our weekend, and I just couldn't make it to the theater. Otherwise, this would be a Smile 2 review. By the way, I've only been hearing great things about Smile 2, so maybe go see Smile 2. That's probably not fair for my brother's review, but here we go. Thus being a made for streaming movie, and maybe that wasn't the plan going into it, but that was the final execution. This feels like a made for TV movie. Um, I just said two different phrases there, Mike. When we were growing up, we had made for TV movies. You know,
Yeah.
Stephen King's It, Stephen King's The Stand. There's
Bambi
a,
7.
I don't know of a Bambi 7, but maybe
Well,
that's
Disney
a
used to do that a
UK
lot.
thing.
They would do like random knockoff movies that.
Sure, sure, sure. There was the next Dirty Dozen. There was stupid shit like that. And I think it and The Stand probably are the best reviewed ones, but like also there was the final night four, the final night of The Stand was 2 hours of those cunts just walking home from Las Vegas, and you're just like, oh fucking hell, this is boring. Anyways, this movie comes despite being rated R by the Motion Picture Academy of America. I don't know what it means anymore. It's rated R, and there's f bombs. A couple of guys get shot. This is a tame movie. This is a very tame movie. Is it immature? No more than an Adam Sandler comedy, but it's only okay. What happens is we meet two brothers. They are twins. They are not identical twins, but they are twins. So we see the Josh Brolin character played by a young kid. We see the Peter Dinklage character played by another kid. And they're testing shit out, and they only know life of crime. Mom comes home Thanksgiving on the run from the cops with her boyfriend who has been shot in the thigh, and they need their runaway bag. Uh, the boyfriend who's been shot asks for a plate of turkey, and there's a chase. And, anyways, long story short, these are two brothers. They come from the most dysfunctional family for whatever city they're in these United States. And one of them doesn't like it, but the Josh Brolin character doesn't like it, but the Peter Dinklage character can't get enough of it, and he loves it, and he wants more of it. And every score he gets is a new thing. And there's actually a fun montage where, like, a comic book store is robbed, and a video game store is robbed. Oh, a truck filled with beer kegs, that shit gets robbed and hijacked. Like anyways. Long story short, this ain't a great movie. It's fine. It's tolerable. It's nothing I want to throw on again. Beverly Hills Cop 4 might be the best streaming movie we've seen this year. Where I was just like, you know what? I had fun with that. I'm gonna throw it on and just put it on in the background. Not even pay attention to it again. That was my level of enjoyment with that. This I was just like, this felt like homework. Not necessarily to get through, but to get to. I was just like, I kind of wish we didn't have to do this review today. Um, Josh Brolin, Peter Dinklage, they have very good chemistry. Brolin, who is 45 years old in this movie, I think he's a little older than that. But anyways, um, he plays a hollow shell of a man. Like he's been abandoned by his mom. He's been forced into a life of crime that he doesn't like. He's got a brand new wife. They're expecting a brand new baby. This is all cliche stuff. But he's also working at the fucking KFC. And the day he's going to ask his boss for a promotion and a raise, that motherfucker fires him. And he's just jaw dropped on the floor. He's stunned. It's it's actually a very good character for Brolin. Peter Dinklage plays Dinklage, and that can be fun, but he's phoning it in. It's not his best performance by any means. He's played better sleazy characters than this, and he's he's just there. At some point, Glenn Close comes in. She is the aged mom, and I think she's just there too. I don't know what the point is. Like when we did the review for Ricky Stenicki, that whole thing took place in like New Jersey, and I was like, "Are you sure it was Las Vegas?" And you were like, "No, Steve, no, Kush, it's New Jersey." They were in Atlantic City. I was like, "That's so weird because they filmed this in Australia. Like, there's no tax credits involved in this. I don't know where they filmed this, but it wasn't anywhere like exotic or international. I feel like they filmed this in Vancouver, Washington, or Detroit, Michigan, or somewhere in the Northeast, where just wasn't a big deal. Goal is again, mom on Thanksgiving and her boyfriend, who would end up dying,
Um,
stole a bunch of emeralds, went on the lam, and then things went sideways, and then the boyfriend with the emeralds had to get buried. 30 years later, Peter Dinklage gets out of jail, recruits his brother Josh Brolin to let's get these jewels, but guess what? He doesn't tell him the exact truth. Josh Brolin's trying to live a good life, but guess what? He gets roped into a bunch of dumb shit and has to do a bunch of dumb shit to get out of it. Long story short, man. Again, it's only 90 minutes, and I love that time frame. It's not the longest 90 minutes, thankfully, but I felt like I could have been doing anything else in these 90 minutes. It's fine. There's very few chuckles. I'm never bored. I don't hate any minute I'm watching of this, but I'm just like, everyone here has done so much better. So, I would love to give this a 3. I'm giving Brothers rated R, available on Amazon Prime with a subscription, 2 out of 5.
there you go. Brothers, available on Amazon Prime. 2 out of
It's
5.
weird because it's got a great cast. I don't think I even mentioned Brendan Fraser is the bad guy in this. Again, he's fine, but he's not blowing me out of the water. Not even blowing me. That would
Oh.
have been something. So
But yeah, like I said, as we said in a text conversation prior to the show starting, like a wacky comedy buddy movie starring Peter Dinklage and Josh Brolin as brothers. Like, how can you
should have been
fuck that
great.
up? How can you
Should
fuck
have
that
been
up?
great. Yeah. I still have a Brothers movie with Peter Dinklage. It's the remake of Twins we've been hearing about, or the sequel to Twins. I want to make it a remake. Guess what? Peter Dinklage, Kevin Hart, they're twins. It's the same plot as the original Twins. And guess what? Peter Dinklage is making midget jokes directed at Kevin Hart for 100 fucking minutes. That's a blockbuster right there. That's gonna be in the top 5 for 8 weeks in the summer. I guarantee it, guys. Make it happen. Cut the check to me now.
Boom.
That's all, folks.
Pay me off, Johnny.